Welcome back to episode 3, Babble from the Rabble. Truth today, hitting the bricks. Quote of the day, observation of the day, bullshit line of the day.
The truth shall set you free. Quote of the day. I'm keeping the quote loose. So the truth shall set you free. It may be attributed to the Bible or many people along the way, along the winding road. So, my observation of that. What I've come to understand myself is in our own education system, generally, the rabble, I'm gonna call this daily page "Babble from the Rabble," and what I'll do is have a daily. Let me stop for a second. Since I'm having trouble with my pages in the menus, and able to post daily in my website, I'm gonna have a daily page in which I'll put daily quote, daily observation, daily bullshit line of the day, and then any other segment from the menus, such as hitting bricks, questions, any kind of performance in other areas. I'll just post on the page throughout the day. So if it seems like a repetitive thing, if 2 or 3, if you want to come in, check at the page throughout the day, there will be, and I'll be putting up a donations buttons and subscription buttons soon. So, the truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free. Say it 3 times to make it perfect. The truth shall set you free. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. So, I heard a guy say, and it's Jamie Manziel. Check out, he's an interesting man. But aside from that, check him out, Adventure Builders Club. Very interesting man. But he was talking about honesty, and it rang true to me. And truth. Truth doesn't mean that I am going to communicate verbally any factor, right? Say Truth Today is my website. The goal isn't to speak truth so I can have some kind of personal gain, to feed for some kind of personal gain. It is I would say it's related to this understanding of honesty. Honesty is not just how I may put rhetoric or put information out in the world. It starts with how I take it in. So honesty begins with my understanding of my own perception. So I may perceive, like I'll give you hello. So I may perceive something, right? So in that perception, if I have a filter, part of my thought process, right? That is who I am. That may be the I, right? So if I have a filter, say I'm observing, right? Say we use this. We'll use this thing for an example. This dumpster. If I have an idea, and it's of a standard, whatever that may be. And now I see this dumpster, and that's maybe a bit. But anyway, if the information comes in, and it goes through the filter of my belief system, my comparison to standard, whatever that fixed belief or idea may be, it's going to go through that process. And by the time I put it back out in the world, it may not be an honest appraisal. And if the appraisal is not honest, in that it is dealing with all the factors that is being taken into the brain, then it will not be put out in the world truthfully or honestly. So now it has nothing to do with so now let's put that again. It's input. I input the information. Process. Now if the process is affected by ideas, factors that may be more of may not be anchored in facts, maybe more of a creation of imagination that is not anchored to the actual situation. Maybe it was a situation in the past that has something that happened yesterday. The information may have been honest yesterday and may be relative. It may my actions derived from that may have been balanced in the world, but now today those factors have changed. But I'm just using the information I had from today, working on that situation, and now it may not come out the same way. It's funny how these simple things can become complicated when we talk about them, because like maybe we shouldn't. But we're in a world today where everything's upside down, and we don't have an honest appraisal of anything, and we are listening to information that is more of imagination, or anchored in belief system and different other people's belief systems that are not actually anchored in principle, natural law principle. That's when we go back to inalienable rights endowed by Creator. Okay. Truth. Truth is not, okay, I'm going to rat on my neighbor because blah, 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 blah. They're not wearing a mask. That has nothing to do with truth. You're being a cunt. Country western singer, sorry, I missaid that. Right? No, honesty is, there is a situation. I'm taking an appraisal of all the factors, discerning in the information, and I'm going to act accordingly to the natural factors of that situation. Gravity, right? Okay, I'm not going to stand on that roof, right, and jump off and think that I'm going to land on my 2 feet, because that's not an honest appraisal of the natural factors, the natural law of that situation. This is really the basics. But we have to get back to that, because truth is of the same manner. I may take an idea in my head about, and this is what's happening today with our bipartisan politics. It has nothing to do with the principles of natural law, which is the inalienable rights endowed by the Creator, but all to do about economic tradition, economic public relations. The bullshit, basically, the guy who's controlling stuff came up with a bullshit story to get everybody in line, and it's been passed down to generation to generation. Generations of fucking bullshit. And it's gone so far down the line that we're totally off track of what is actually happening, or what is the actual situation in the United States of America. We're handing over there's the commandant. We'll say hello to the commandant when I go down the block. He's a local guy who dresses up in fatigues. I always say hello to him. He seems like a nice guy. Who knows? He could be just... Who knows? Honest appraisal? What the fuck do I know? He's just a guy wearing fatigues. So the truth shall set you free. How? Because if I take in the information honestly, process it regarding whatever the situation is outside here in the material world, I'm going to engage with the world more effectively, because it matches up. But if I take it the information and I fuck it all up with my bullshit, I put it back in the world, it's just not going to work. Because things not going to work just because I have an idea about it. That's what scientific theory is. That's why the trivium is called grammar, logic, and rhetoric. Grammar is, we understand the language of whatever it may be. It could be just reading directions of putting together your dining room set, right? Discernment. Okay, what are the parts I need? Okay, I need this, I need that. This goes here, this goes there. Okay. And rhetoric is, you just put it together. Now we do that with learning languages. We learn the grammar. We learn how to use it. We know how to put this to the problem, and we put it up in the world positively, right? Here's the commandant. Oh, here's the commandant. So truth shall set you free. I think it may relate to know thyself. Hey, good morning. Would you like to say hello to a friend? Would you like to say, I'm making a recording. Would you like to say hello? Okay. Take care. Have a good day. So truth today. So yeah, so that's what it is. We need an honest appraisal of know thyself. That's what it comes down to. Because this is it. All thought, all memories, if we hold them over, if we hold them over time, things change. We may have had an experience early on in life, and we make a judgment, and it may be something that is actual. But if we don't have an honest appraisal of how, whatever the formulated ideas of ourselves, of the environment, of the actions we take, if we don't take an honest appraisal of that, if we don't address it differently to each moment is different. So that information we have, it may balance out most of the time. But there's going to come times when factors may... Bullshit line of the day. It was all their fault. It is all their fault. Them. It's their fault. Them.